Daddy.
Don't get too close. That's okay. Now talk. Okay. Say something to him. Where are you? Tell him where you are. Tell him where you are. Tell him you're in.
I don't know.
You're in Missouri?
I'm in Missouri.
In the Ozarks.
At Missouri.
In the Ozarks. Say Ozarks.
I'm in Ozarks.
Yeah, and we're going to play music.
I'm going to play music.
Okay. Go on.
You know, I found one in my kid.
I saw one not long ago at Radio Shack.
I guess I went to that Radio Shack I can find.
Don't mess with that.
You didn't go where I had my recorder fixed.
No.
It's a battlefield right around close to Fremont. It's in one of the little,
So on Battlefield.
yeah. It's right by Fremont somewhere at Jim's electric or something like that. You guys are gonna have to quit playing them cameras and get some instruments.
I know, let's get going here. I just going to put the radio on.
Sugartree Stomps and old Arthur Smith.
That's why I was having trouble considering I was thinking
Arthur
that
Smith.
right. When I started, I sat down.
Sugartree Stomp.
That's a good
Arthur Smith King.
You have to name off the tunes for me now because I don't know them anymore.
Well, he has to name one for me half the time. Too. I don't remember them.
Me,
I really don't.
I hear them every week. I still don't remember.
I'll start you guys out slow. I know you're both old people.
I'll tell you what I told her I'd have you play. When she asked about the Flying Indian Waltz, is that the name of it? Or Flying Indian? I thought you were doing something a little different in there. You were just coming over and catching the bass note when you were. I thought you were doing
It's one string, the E minor, the
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah, that's all.
Go from one
I'm
chord.
D, I do that. Oh, you said.
Them fast tunes, you pretty near got to hit one beat on the way to another.
Yeah.
You can get there. Okay, but what are you doing? You know, hell, I'm just playing the tempo chord. I'm hitting one beat on the way to
There's
the
a
next
chair out
chord.
here.
On the way to the next chord, because if you don't, you're going to get there. And he gets to playing at about 145 beats.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and start off Bullet the Howling with it. That'll get it.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
gee,
no.
thanks. Let me get where I can see Alvie. For sure.
Switch over here. Go get Gordon over here. He's get out there.
I'm watching you. Oh, yes, I have.
Hardest tune I ever tried to play in my life. You could do that.
Well, it's got a long place in it. Too,
Yeah.
the way I play it.
But these I just
Now, that's about like a Cajun two-step, that rhythm. In fact, there's a Cajun tune that's a lot like that.
A lot like Carol Got
Yeah.
Blues.
Le pays dans la joie, le bouchon est dans notre main. Le pays dans la joie, le bouchon dans notre main. Ma femme est grande, et mon petit pauvre bébé n'a faim. Ma femme est partie, mon maison est triomphante. Ma femme est partie, la maison elle a triomphé. Elle a parti hier le soir avec mon petit beau.
Kind of an old Jimmy Rogers blues type.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of them when I was a kid. There was an awful lot of them old type, that kind of blues. You know, the tunes wasn't all that much different. The words was different. Deep Ellum blues is not that far from that, is it?
Yeah.
You're making me nervous.
I know it. I know
So
it.
glad you're doing it though.
hard for me to get over.
Oh, I've got some good tapes of Lonnie. I've been going back through my tapes, and I didn't realize how good they were. Just me and him over at his house, so you can really hear him. Got some really good ones. So I think you got most of the tunes he's playing.
No, all I've got is about all.
I'll take you off some of those, because some of those are 2-hour sessions, see? There's 48, 50 tunes on the thing, you know.
These, what I've got is stuff that's on his records.
Yeah. Oh,
That's all
a
I've
lot of
got.
D flat. A lot of B flat.
Yeah, he played a lot of
He played a lot of,
B-flat too.
Now, Lonnie's Waltz and Lonnie's hornpipe, you've heard those, I think, haven't you?
I've heard them, but they're not enough.
But I mean, though, you don't have it. No,
No, no.
Put those on here. I gotta make you some, because I'm in that period trying to know where they are. Boy, that's some good quality tapes.
Oh, he played a lot. He played Natural Bridge Blues.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
not on any of his,
No,
anything I've got.
Ken and Thelma sang that. Natural Bridge Blues.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember singing.
Yeah, I've got them singing it. Here. Wait to see what Bob's doing. I get one more picture from him, and then I'm going to take one of him, and that'll be it. I'll be through.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Now there, that's all.
Sounding good.
I still can't play and see.
Really?
Yeah, it's hard for me to play and see.
I'm glad you
On
did
the high
that.
strings. On the high strings.
It's pretty
It's a
hard.
good tune. I like it.
That's very
I
nice.
used to have a lot of trouble
What's
with
that
rhythm.
called?
New Money. That's old Doc Roberts. I think he must have been accredited with it. I don't know that he was, but I never heard any of the old classics. Anybody else ever play it?
We was up to Gordon one night and Norman Blake was there and Nancy. That's how I was in trouble with that rhythm. I said, you was 10, believe me. It's simple.
I assume they couldn't start that tractor.
No.
They couldn't start that tractor. It's just, they're all over.
Is that okay?
Oh yeah. I don't think it would roll if they had to get it out of gear. They liable to get it out of gear, but I don't think it. You might better stick a chunk under a rock or something under the back
Just tell them
wheel.
not to play with any of the handles.
Well,
they know better.
there's no use telling. You know, they do things when you're not there. The thing is to have it where they do.
I
No,
don't think if it came pressure on it all, they couldn't get out of here anyway.
They do know better.
well, yeah, but I done things that I knew better. You know, I done things anyway. That's the reason I done them, was because I knew I wasn't
That's
supposed
right.
to.
I like this little guitar too.
Great sound for a little guitar.
I love little guitars. I love those dread notes.
Anything in particular that you remember,
Gosh, no,
or you don't even remember enough to know what you want?
No, I just know you had one tune that like went from C to G sharp. I just remember it had a G sharp in it. G minor.
From C, played in C, or?
I don't remember. I just remember it went all over the place in the minor keys. It was really neat.
God, I don't know. What it would be, you, Alvie come to, I don't pay any attention to the
I
chords.
can't remember it.
Just play some
Probably
tunes.
because I had a lot of minors running in a lot. I probably wanted to forget.
Just play some tunes. Whatever you play is great for me.
What's that go to? That's F.
No, that wasn't one of them, but go ahead and play it. Y'all play it.
Well, that's a C sharp. That's C sharp. Did you say C sharp? And
I
what's the
said G minor.
G?
but-
Oh, G minor.
Fine, if you're not you're not playing with mine anywhere, you're awesome. Doing something else.
Wait, I'm coming on. It was D to B minor.
Oh,
That's it.
Rabbit in the Pig Patch.
All right.
Player,
I didn't know that's what it
player
was.
Cincinnati. Sally Ann's. They'll let him know, right? That's what
That's
he picked up from.
Kind of, I suppose, a Gaelic version of Sally Ann. I think they tuned up a little bit, run the G up, I think. too. I thought it's kind of a neat version of that. They ain't gonna hurt nothing though.
No, I just tell them be sure not to go in by that water.
Well, what fun is it to be out around on the farm if you can't get in the branch a little bit? I never got around the creek or a branch in my life I didn't get
I've
wet.
got at least 1,000 paddlings over the branch.
I'll never get to stay out of them.
Oh, hell no, I'd have to be there. Because it's 3 times a day for me and my mom to give me a thrashing. Sometimes 5. I don't think I needed it, but I might have.
You playing that?
Hmm?
Were you playing that at
Shuffles
Shogun?
very well.
Well, I
That's
can
what
play
it
it, but
sounded
I
like.
I
don't.
thought that's what it sounded like.
I don't ordinarily play it.
Play a Bob Holt tune.
I'm tired of that at Shogun. They play it so much now.
Huh?
I said I'm getting kind of tired of that at Shogun. They play it so much. It's pretty too.
Yeah, I hear them playing it for everything. Background on the television,
Everything, yeah.
background radio.
Everything.
Well, you know my tunes is spur dance tunes is what that's what I really like.
What's that?
Katie Hill. You knew that.
I knew that. Past tense.
Hmm?
Past tense. I knew that.
Nah, I
Too
can't get
close.
off it. I can't stay off of Katie Hill. I'll just Lee Stone King.
Oh.
I didn't know if you ever, I'm sure you played some of them with Julia picked a lot of them up.
Yeah, some of them I remember, I remember playing them, but I don't remember any of them.
Echoes of the Ozarks.
Yeah.
And all of them. I don't know why you think what to play. Remember that one?
No, I
Polk
don't.
County Breakdown?
Polk County Breakdown?
Yeah, played that a lot.
You want to play some, Gordon?
Oh, go ahead. I'm fine.
These babies, these
What was that?
coming down from Denver. Play one of Lonnie's waltzes, the Sunrise, remember that? If I can think of it. Couldn't hit
I
it
remember the
this
title. I'd have to wait till you start.
I shouldn't never. That's what I get for telling the title. I usually start playing the tune and then I.
Well, play that if you're going to play a waltz. Can you think of that? And
Huh?
you don't know, if you're going to play a waltz, can you think of that and you don't know the name of it? It's in D, but.
come to it, I didn't.
That's what it is, yeah.
The
That's,
tape I learned it off
well,
of.
that's a
Didn't
little
have
different
a.
though in that second part.
Well, I know that's a lot of it. I don't know if that's what they calls it or not. James
That's what I
Brown
mean.
plays it.
It's almost the same as that. It takes off. Just the first part.
You got your tuner?
Yeah.
I've got. I don't sound to me like I'm in
See
tune
where it is. It's in here. It's in this
with
one.
these guys.
No, you're not hardly with us.
Huh?
You're not quite with us. C went too bad when we went to D. He didn't get
Yeah, you tune it up. You've tuned it so much I don't even know how.
I can't.
Oh, hell, you get a cord. That ought to be exactly the same. Have you got one of them wires?
I need to get one. See, I don't have, that's what I said. I don't have
Greatest
one.
thing in the world for these.
Oh, look at that. I don't know how to use that. You have to do that. I can do my ears.
This technical age is beyond me. I let Alvie handle all that heavy
Alvie's
stuff.
our official tuner.
I
They
see.
McClure, Alvie's got 30 minutes of doing nothing but tuning everybody's instruments.
Well, that way they're all
You
tuned.
keep that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you can take
For the
the same
same.
tuner, this tuner right here, and let 5 guys tune their.
And they'll all sound
It
different.
won't be the same.
Well, your ear is still the best.
Well,
tuner.
your tuner is a little different. They hit the string a little harder. These, especially these chords, they're awful sensitive.
I'm gonna go check on the keys. See if
If
they're
they're
still in
just
earshot.
leave them go. You know, if
Okay,
they're,
I will.
don't bother them. There's lots of places and things to explore. What's he need? Something.
He needs a nap.
Oh,
Well,
That's what he needs.
there's a good couch there and one in there and a bed in there.
But he won't do it. Anyway, I've been working with the two of them, and they play totally different styles.
All they do.
Yeah.
Well,
And so I'm kind of trying to find where I can fit in.
are you learning them? You want to play them individually, or are you gonna?
No, I'm not trying to copy.
I mean,
anybody
you're
else.
gonna figure. You can probably make a composite of them.
Yeah, them and about 5 other people. You know, in the old.
That's the way it
recordings
works out.
and stuff like that. Depends on, like, if it's a more modern tune, I'll try to play it a certain way. I mean, but I
You know,
can't play it all
I've
anyway.
always tried to learn everybody's, all the good fiddler tunes pretty well on the same basis as near as I can that they do. By the time I get done with it, see, I take a little of that and a little of another version and a little of what I do naturally, and it's just a conglomerate that if I it all sounds, you know. I don't try to play different consciously,
Right.
but you do anyway.
Well, you're you know.
Okay, one time said the worst thing you can do is try to play a tune exactly like somebody else plays it. He said you're putting yourself down.
Let's try that one in D with you last in D.
Oh, D?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It just hangs on D.
Oh yeah,
forever.
that one that's just D and A.
Yeah, right. It's only 2 years, you know.
You're getting there.
It still sounds.
I just, I've got Michael Doucet's set of tapes, and
Well,
I just,
he's in another universe to me. He's in another
People I
universe
hate
to me
that.
as well.
I never have had time to fool with him.
Yeah, I'll have to have you
I'm
play
not
this every
fooling
time.
with
I
this.
never heard it sound so good.
Let's go.
Oh, Alvie, I really enjoyed seeing you. We'll see you down there next
All
time.
right, doesn't mean to do it now.
I'll leave my address and everything.
Okay, leave it here with my phone number. Hopefully, when I get ready to come, I'll give you a buzz and see what's
Okay.
going on.
That
Okay,
sounds
now be
great.
careful.
You
Safe.
too.
But I like the music. I like the music really well.
Yeah.
I wish if I was younger and had time, but I figure I've got so much to learn on my music. I've got no business fooling around with the other stuff much, but I'd like to learn it if I was younger. I would.
Well, that's it too with me. I'd be real satisfied if I could, just get confident on Cajun tunes. That's about what I do, just for me.
You're the main person anyway. I do a lot of stuff like that, just for me. Me and Maddie both do that. Do a lot of stuff just for me.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, you do it for you, and I do it for me.
We were talking about regrets, no regrets. I do have one regret, that I didn't do this earlier,
Yeah,
like 20 years earlier. I missed a
yeah,
lot.
but you've got lots of time. You got
Yeah,
lots
I
of
know,
time.
but still, I feel like that was something I held myself back.
Since I met you guys and started coming up there, I've learned more than I ever had before.
That's something.
But I had a basis, and I was grounded in the sound of our old time music. Now, our old time music is not 19th century music. It's mostly this century music, and these, I don't know if you agree with me or not, or if you've been around a lot of them, these folk festivals and this urban sound that all the fiddlers have. They're copying a style older than I know, apparently, because the fiddlers in my time that I've ever heard never played the way they're playing, and they all do it because you can hear one of them a mile. You can tell just what they're doing. That lick that they've got, Jeff Sights and all.
You like that Galax thing?
Yeah, they all instead of copying old time music in general, they've copied a Gaelic sound, and it's everywhere. It's prevalent, just like Texas style. You go, and that's all you hear, and it wears on me. I don't care that much about it.
Well, in the East, that's promoted, that Gaelic sound.
Yeah.
And it's even older than it's old Gaelic style now. It's almost British
78,
Isles
I think a lot of
stuff.
their stuff comes off 78, so isn't it? String bands and stuff. I think that's where all that.
Yeah, definitely.
But none of the fiddlers in my time, has ever played like that. That I listened at the great fiddlers, So I just don't play that way. It's just not the way I heard it when I was coming up. And this slow stuff, just dragging it to death. That's not even old time for out there, I don't think. Those tunes was meant to have some snap and some pep to them. Maybe not as fast as some that I have to play. But, 130, 35 along in there, not certainly 110. But everybody's whatever they want.
Play it then.
Huh?
Play it too.
Play that G waltz. That Dennis McGee waltz, wasn't it?
Oh.
No, I won't remember it. Not that Unger thing, but I
No,
don't know
no,
that.
no.
This is
I
the
don't
one that
know
goes
that
G to
either.
C, isn't it? And G. It's just C right off.
that G. Charles, cut that out. That is the one.
No, we went up to C right off. Who's that? Who was that one then? There's one that went right up to a C pretty quick. And back down to G. And then to the C and then to the D. There was another waltz there. There was another one. See, I forgot this is on here and you're going to take this home with you.
Oh, great.
I'm going to edit the heck out of this tape, I guarantee you. Oh, well.
This is the one I had made up.
Yeah, that was the one that had G, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cup of coffee one.
Yeah.
That's a G.
What's that
It's
one?
hers.
A cup of coffee.
It's a pretty thing.
Isn't that pretty?
Beautiful.
Thank
That's
you.
a pretty waltz.
Got some really pretty sounds.
Got the
in it.
words about halfway written to it now. What's that? That is something I should know what that is, but I don't know what that is. Hold on a second. What is that?
I'll give
Give me a hint. Yeah, in little pea pods. Is that catalpsy?
Playing that I've always compared it fiddles to women.
should be able to understand it then.
You get to plateau and you think you know quite a bit about them, and that's just when you're fixing to really find out something, and then you find out things about them you never even suspected before because you didn't know enough to suspect it. And then you get to another level and you find things, you think, if I can get there, I'm all right. But you get there and you're advanced enough then that you hear things that you didn't even dream existed before. And it just keeps going on and on and on. And when you get through with one thing, when you get proficient with your fingers where you think, well, I can make any note I want to on it, then you've got time to start thinking about, well, now, should I do this with an up bow or a down bow? Or what do I do here? And you just take it a little bit at a time, if you're simple-minded like I am, because there's too damn much of it to take all at once. Now, once in a while, there'll be some genius come along, or some of these kids that's had every advantage when they're young, and they hit it like that. But still, they're not in any way. They don't have any great scope to theirs. It's just mostly focused on the few tunes that they play mechanically and well, you know, for a contest or purpose or something. The overall, the big outlook, and lots of different tunes and lots of different kinds of tunes, is a hell of a big picture, let me tell you.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying not to deal completely with the big picture. I'm trying to just learn a couple tunes.
Just a day at a time, a thing at a time. That's all you can, all you can handle.
Play them as well as I can then, and sometimes I'll put it down for a month. I won't even pick it up.
Well, sometimes it helps you to rest a little while. But I've listened to tunes for years, and I still hear things occasionally in them that I had never heard in that tune before. Once in a while there'll just be some little bitty something in there. And it's them little bitty details that makes fiddlers like Cyril Stennett's fiddling sound great. It's not the big things, it's the little bitty things that he does. And he does them so damn slick. I just, all I got to do is put one of his tapes on, and I think, oh boy, I've got a long damn ways to go. Well, I'll never get there, because he was gifted and talented to begin with, and then he put in a lifetime, and I imagine that's most all that he thought about. He didn't have any other life much than that.
A lot of the greatest musicians are that way. Like there was an accordion player who most people consider responsible for reviving the accordion back in the 1940s after the war, because it was really in ill favor, because you were just not supposed to be Cajun. It was uncool completely. And this guy named Ira Lejeune, who was mostly blind, and pretty much some of the stories about him were that he just sat on the front porch of his trailer in his rocking chair all the time, played all the time. And he played so well, basically, that people just couldn't resist coming back to the Cajun dance to hear him play. And he would, had no car, but he would walk to the dances, and he'd take his rocking chair on his back to the dances to play. But there's people like that, and like this guy that made this fiddle. That's
right.
He's a great fiddle player too, but that's been his life. He quit school, he says, because there was no fiddles in the books. He just wasn't interested in school. He quit in the 2nd grade.
Way back, early on, the accordions wasn't used in Cajun music, was it?
Right. So, like when Dennis McGee started out, it was fiddles.
Yeah.
Fiddles backing up fiddles, backing up fiddles. And triangle, maybe.
Yeah.
And then later on, the accordion came in.
Well, it's great stuff. And that's, fiddle is a lifetime's work. And I never get tired of it.
I don't think I will either.
just keep digging, keep working. But I didn't. It takes a long time to learn how to learn.
I was glad I knew how to play something else first.
Yeah.
Boy.
Well, somebody that can play piano and play guitar is and knows music like you do. You know, that's half of the battle. That's half of the things you don't have to think about. You've got just the mechanics of the fiddle to worry about.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And that's enough in itself. You don't need this other stuff like chords and all that to worry about.
Yeah, and there's a whole difference too. Like I've been hearing guitar lines and singing lines for all these years, and now the fiddle line, even on the same tune, is so different. There's so many more notes and places that you can go, and sometimes I haven't the foggiest idea what to do with it.
There's a half a dozen different ways to do any one particular thing. You can go over or under, or there's no telling how you can. All you can go, and you trying to decide which one works the best. It's a complicated outfit.
Yeah, well, I'm just happy to get through the tune any old way now. I know what's coming.
Well, I'm at the point now where I realize that fiddle playing is hard. I'm just now up to that.
Well, I can play the guitar. That's not.
Well, listen.
Hard.
We better go take a little tour if you guys want to.
Yeah, we want to see that.
We'll play a couple more tunes. You have a couple more tunes?
You didn't put any
He's
coffee
the
on,
problem.
did you?
He's run out of tunes too.
Oh,
Well, I got plenty to say.
Play me two more tunes. Bob,
Huh?
play me two more tunes. Two more.
Okay, let me put some coffee
I'll
on.
make it.
All right.
3 o'clock time to have coffee to wake up.
Either that or take a nap.
Well, my nap's usually over by now.
Yeah. You kind of took up your day there.
I wasted any time you come by. I miss my nap.
Well, this is a treat.
I won't do this just for Gordon either.
No, he won't do it. I had just left by 1 o'clock, see, because he had to take his nap.
Well, this is a major treat. You know, this is like birthday and Christmas all rolled together.
When Gordon comes down, I feed him, fill him real full, and send him home. That moves.
Yeah, well, he usually gets there earlier, I'm sure, too.
Getting to see Alvie. I want to play some C tunes.
I want to play you one
Alvie hates C. Just hates it.
cross key tune.
Yeah, I like cross tunes. I like cross tunes.
How are you two? That's a
C sharp.
C sharp.
That one stays in A, and this one goes up to E. Isn't it? D. Right.
Yeah. So your G string
You raise your G.
goes all the way up to D?
No, let's see. You raise your G to A.
To A. G to A.
Yeah, and the D to E, and you leave the A where it's at, and you lower the E to C sharp.
To C sharp. So that comes way down.
And that's just in this one tuning. Now the regular A tuning, you leave that C sharp. You just leave your E as E. It'd be E A E D. Is that right? D. Yeah, E A E D. Isn't that? No, A.
Yeah,
That's what
I was
it
thinking.
is in the regular tuning. And this is this the same except you drop the E to C sharp.
Okay.
Pollyann,
Oh, yeah,
Lonesome
pretty
Pollyann, or whatever they
Lonesome
call it. I
Pollyann.
don't know what they call it.
Well.
Something Pollyann. Lost Indian.
Lost Indian now.
Lost Indian, right. Oh, she wrapped it up for you?
With
That was really sweet.
With a tissue and
Oh, wow.
I like that. Oh,
And we moved some as Patty
Pete
can see.
McMahon called it Pollyann, I think. And so Lonnie had to call it Lonesome Pollyann.
Well,
He didn't
I-
want Pete thinking he was copying it. I remember Thelma told me that. Lonnie didn't.
What you want to play and see?
I don't know, whatever.
I thought you said you wanted to play and see too.
Just a couple of C tunes.
Okay, let me play.
Now that's a C sharp. You remember when we get to that? That funny note I made a while ago is a C sharp,
C sharp.
I believe. We'll work on
search that
it
every
when we
time.
get to it.
What is it? First C sharp.
What it is, isn't it?
What was that you just played?
Oh, I didn't have.
What's that?
You showed me. You knew one time because you showed me.
Well, it's
It was exactly it, too. And I can't remember now what it was.
I think it's like F sharp, only it's farther down the neck. Just make your F sharp and start sliding. Whoa, wait a minute. You passed it twice. Down one, down.
That's A.
Yeah, well, it could be A. It's got a C sharp.
That's part of it. I can't imagine somebody world famous for playing guitar that can't play a C sharp.
Without it, nobody ever taught me there's C
A
sharp on the
C-sharp
guitar. I
chord
didn't know it was
is-
there.
is right here.
Find it.
Is that it? That's fine.
Well, is that it? That's what I hit a while ago.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm
Where
not.
was that? Right there. Okay. Sharp's what I was forgetting, Ray. Whatever. That'll fit in there.
Yeah.
That's another Doc Roberts tune. It's Cumberland Blues.
Cumberland Blues?
Yeah.
I like that.
It's I really like it. I don't get to play it.
Sea rags.
I love the sea rags.
Oh,
They're
boy.
always
Bunch
my
of blues and
favorite.
rags in here. Those guys despise sea. They really
Huh?
do. They despise sea.
Oh, I get in
I don't
trouble.
know why. I thought
I've
sea-
been just putting just a little more on them gradually down there. I'm getting by with several sea tunes,
Yeah.
kind of getting them used to it. But boy, they gripe and look at their sound.
And you eat it all?
You want another?
Do you want some more?
Are you sure?
Let's play an old skillet liquor tune. I like a lot. The Rocky Palette.
I forgot now.
Oh, okay.
I've always loved that tune ever since I can remember that tune.
You can put it in there twice, really. Yeah, that first part. That part.
Needs a banjo. You need a old time banjo in there, or at least a banjo rhythm. You know, they used a lot of just straight rhythm.
Ashland's in D, isn't it?
No, it's in C.
So yeah, this is Ashland County Breakdown.
that a pretty thing?
That's lovely.
You know, I'm in question about the name. I learned that from an old family, a long line of fiddlers. I mean, I learned it from one of the young ones. He's Waldo. What did he tell me? He's 77, I think now, and he's one of the young ones. And they played a lot of tunes, a lot more waltzes and rags and blues than the common run of people around here did, you know. And that had been in their family for a long time. He called it Shoe Cobbler's Blues, but it's waltz time. But that's what he said it was. It's the Shoe Cobbler's Blues. So I call it Shoe Cobbler's Blues.
Had you said something about Kansas City Kitty?
Oh, Kansas City Railroad Blues.
Oh, okay.
That's that wild one, isn't it? Isn't that in C?
Not very wild.
What's the one? There's one that's got a count.
Oh yeah, that's got to count.
Yeah. It's
If you
got a
can't count it, I don't count it. I let.
No, you didn't pay attention. We're the ones that have to figure it. It's
One,
got a
two,
long
three,
count.
four,
It's got a
five.
long count. Yeah.
Now that
Get mine either.
tune Stone King plays and says his dad called Kansas City Rag. My dad called it Kansas City Rag too.
Yeah.
That old C
There's
tune.
another name though for it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Somebody else calls it. I can't remember what it is, but
But I heard of.
what did Lowell call it? Didn't he play that? He called it Kansas City Rag, didn't he? Didn't he have that on one of his records?
No, Taylor McBain and them guys plays a tune they call Kansas City Rag, but they play it in G. It's altogether different tune.
Yeah.
Just smoke gonna get you.
I'm coughing anyway.
Me and Patty's, one or the other of us has had the croup all fall.
I have too. I'm just getting old.
She's got allergies to. I can't. Sometimes you can't tell whether she's got cold or not.
I went 2 months sleeping in a chair just about every night. You know,
I-
bronchitis plus all this other, and I finally put me on some antihistamine little pills. I'm into my 4th refill.
Are you still on that stuff?
Yeah, they're little tiny pills, but they're
That's
working.
been months ago.
No, this is a new month.
Oh, this is a
we
new
started-
batch?
We quit the other one.
Oh God, I hope. I thought of it. I told Patty, I said, I've had this once now this winter. I won't have it again, sure. I sat up in
I'll
there.
get blamed if he gets cold now.
Well, I had this stuff for what, 6 weeks,
Oh yeah, I've had since off and on
and
since September.
about 10 days I sat in there in the chair.
I slept nights.
Lay down and go to coughing immediately.
Yep. Didn't bother me till evening.